It was the first day of school. The nation distributed spirit beasts based on academic rank. The top-ranked class president chose the SSS rank 9-tailed silver fox without hesitation, while last-ranked me was only assigned an F-rank polar bear. But not long after, a frozen cataclysm descended upon the world. Having bonded with the polar bear, I shared its innate frost resistance skill. The class president's 9-tailed fox didn't have time to grow and mature, and froze to death on the very first day of the cataclysm. Consumed by jealousy, she rallied other students to ambush my polar bear. They cooked a bear meat hot pot right in front of me and feasted. Overwhelmed by grief and rage, I coughed up blood and died. When I opened my eyes again, I was back on Spirit Beast assignment day. Just as I was about to pick up the polar bear like last time, and lift it into my arms, the class president suddenly yelled for me to wait. She ran over holding a white fox cub, and shoved it into my arms without explanation. Then she scooped up the lonely polar bear from the crate. "You take the white fox. I want the polar bear." The whole class watched in stunned silence. Even the homeroom teacher frowned with disapproval. Everyone knew the white fox was the Spirit Beast cub with the purest bloodline this batch. Its ancient bloodline concentration was a staggering 80%, far superior to a lowly polar bear with a mere 20% concentration. The teacher tried to reason with Lily. Choosing a lifelong Spirit Beast companion is no joke. It affects your future potential. Lily bit her lip, her eyes glistening with feigned sincerity, and declared with false selflessness, "Fong needs this white fox more than I do. My grades are good. I can cultivate quickly with any Spirit Beast, but Fong's talent is average. Pairing him with such an inferior polar bear would ruin his future." Her words drew a round of applause from the class. The teacher nodded approvingly. "A cultivator's heart is paramount, Lily. You possess a pure and selfless spirit. Even with a lesser beast, your future will be bright." Then he frowned at me. "What are you waiting for? Thank Lily." I blinked, and held the fox out. "No need to swap. I really like that polar bear." A flicker of panic crossed Lily's eyes. She clutched the polar bear tighter. "Don't test me, Fong. I genuinely want to trade." I wasn't buying it, and stepped closer angrily. "Give me back my bear." Before I could finish, something bit my right hand. I looked down. The white fox cub had bitten me. A bead of crimson blood welled from the wound. The fox cub licked the spot, its tongue warm and tingling against my skin. The white fox had initiated a bond with me, a rare life-linked blood covenant. My classmates stared and jeered. First he says to give the fox back to Lily. Then he bonds with it himself. After the bond formed, the fox cub drowsily closed its eyes and fell into a deep sleep, listening to the whispers. My face flushed with heat. They didn't know. I truly despised this fox in my hands, forced into the bond. I endured the scornful looks, and slunk back to my seat. Only I knew, this coveted white fox, in just half a month, would become a useless burden. No, not just me. Lily knew too. The moment she gave up the fox, and fought me for the bear, I knew, she was like me. She had also been reborn. Last life Lily chose the fox. I bonded with the unwanted polar bear. 2 weeks later, the frozen cataclysm struck, plunging the globe into -50-degree cold. The noble-blooded fox had a much longer growth cycle than beasts with mixed heritage. So when the cataclysm came, it was still a nursing cub. It froze to death on day 1. My polar bear under my care had reached its juvenile stage. In the extreme cold, it shared its frost resistance with me, making me the person least affected by the freeze. Lily was driven mad with envy. She repeatedly tried to lure my bear to break our bond and join her. The bear refused every time. Humiliated, Lily spread a rumor that eating the bear's meat would grant the same cold resistance. On a supply run, she and others ambushed and killed me and my bear. We became their meal. I worriedly glanced at the polar bear. We shared a deep bond last life. Now in this one, Lily had snatched it away. Losing frost resistance was one thing. I just feared for the bear with Lily. Would it be hungry or cold? The polar bear turned its gaze to me. Our eyes met. The small toy-sized bear winked at me twice. Not once, not 3 times, but twice. A wave of joy washed over me. 2 winks was our secret signal from the past life, meaning everything is under control. It was telling me now. It remembered too. I shot Lily a look that wished her good luck. A polar bear's appearance didn't mean a gentle personality. This bear was pure white on the outside, dark on the inside. My eyes communicated urgently with the bear. Suddenly a warm, wet sensation. I looked down. My pretty but useless, high-maintenance fox had woken up. A haughty, yet childish voice spoke in my mind. "Don't look at that white furball human." I poked the fox with my other hand. "Was that you talking?" The fox huffed proudly and lazily rolled over in my arms. "Maybe I shouldn't call it a fox. I should call it your majesty. My name is Luna. You may call me queen if you wish, human." I poked its head. "Who taught you to be so extra, kid?" At the front, the teacher explained how to draw a bonding array. Most spirit beasts were proud, so humans usually initiated the bond. I paused. Who would believe, if they hadn't seen it, a noble fox had forced a bond on me? "Why did you choose me, Luna?" Luna replied with disgust. "That woman stinks." Lily was the school beauty. Countless guys chased her saying she smelled divine. Luna's voice was indignant. "They're blind, and can't smell her rotten soul." I teased. "What about me?" The fox buried its head in my chest, its tone slightly awkward. "You're okay, sweet." Suddenly I understood why Luna forced the bond. A cupcake thrown into a pile of garbage would try to escape too. Bored, I played with the fox's ears, then poked its belly. Luna's eyes welled up with frustration. It turned away and ignored me. In the classroom, Lily finished her bonding array first. A smile of triumph flashed on her face as she initiated the bond with the polar bear. The array enveloped the bear, spinning rapidly. The bear secretly channeled its energy energy, and altered 2 lines of the array. The standard equal partnership bond silently became a master-servant contract, with the bear as the master, and Lily as the servant. We discovered this array during a past expedition to some ancient ruins. Now, the bear used it to trap Lily. After the successful bond, the bear glanced at me smugly. I hid my hand under the desk, and gave a thumbs up. Never underestimate the quiet ones. A petulant voice exploded in my mind. You're a bad man. How am I bad? I idly pinched her soft cheek. You touched my tail, and now you're making eyes at another man. A white one too. Luna sounded more upset. I sighed quietly. I had a jealous princess on my hands. After everyone completed their bonds, the teacher distributed cultivation resources. I kept 1 spirit stone, and fed the other 19 to Luna as snacks. 19 stones, crunched like chips in Luna's mouth. We hadn't even left the room before my weekly supply was gone. My classmates stared in disbelief. Fong's lost it. He fed a whole week's resources to that fox. Didn't he listen in class? Spirit beasts grow slowly. You can't rush their feeding. The stones are mainly for your own cultivation. What a waste of a good fox. Even the teacher frowned. A reminder to some students. Monthly spirit stone allocations are limited. Waste them and there are no extras. I replied obediently. I understand, teacher. Truthfully, I was generous with my polar bear last life too. Most split resources 4 to 1 with their beast. I always split mine 50-50. We were partners. It only seemed fair. But even with the bear, I was never this extravagant. My classmates thought I was crazy. I was starting to think so too, because I just remembered. Luna formed a blood covenant, not a standard equal bond. In an equal bond, death of one doesn't affect the other. But a blood covenant is different. Our lives are linked. If Luna froze to death on the first day like last time, I would die too. Keeping this alive was now my top priority. For the remaining time, cultivate on your own elsewhere. I carried Luna out, passing Lily. She blocked my path, and whispered, I know, you're reborn too. This life it's my turn to bond with the bear and get frost resistance. I smiled. Then you better survive this time. Lily's eyes shone with smugness. With the polar bear, of course I'll survive. As for you too, just wait to die on the first day. Luna lifted a lazy eyelid, and glanced at her. It raised its rear, and let out a loud stinky fart in Lily's direction. Lily's composure shattered instantly. She shrieked and stumbled back. Are you insane, Fawn? Get that stinky fox away from me. I chuckled, and walked away with Luna. Raising a spirit beast was a bottomless pit. Getting more stones was a huge problem. Absent-mindedly stroking Luna's fur, I thought hard. I remembered a small spirit vein exposed by media before the cataclysm last time. Timing-wise, it should still be undiscovered. I drove Luna to the vein's location. When I arrived, Lily was already there with a crew. She came from a wealthy family, with connections a commoner could never match. I stood outside the vein, and could only watch helplessly, as Lily directed over 20 workers to mine the spirit stones. Luna nestled in my arms, watching chunk after chunk of glowing spirit stone emerge. It also swallowed hard. I covered its eyes. Don't look, kid. These stones are low quality. I'll take you somewhere else to find food. Carrying Luna, I walked away, glancing back often. Just as I was about to leave, a joyful voice echoed in my mind. Fawn, is that you? I stopped. You can mind speak now, bro. That woman Lily spent a fortune on me. Used a soul awakening herb, so I can communicate telepathically. Hey Fawn, take the fox and find a place to rest. When all the stones are mine, I'll call you. After the mental conversation with the bear, I looked down into a pair of large beautiful fox eyes, staring at me suspiciously. Its warm breath brushed my face. It didn't smell like a wild animal, but carried a faint indescribable sweet scent.